What a great way to start an episode, with 3 velociraptors hatching. Now, I believe these don't belong to... what's her face? Blue. They don't belong to Blue. Unfortunately, I think they belong to another... who do they belong to? This velociraptor right here. That's cool. But anyways, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Evolution 3. We are back in the Biological Preserve, where we have one dinosaur on low health. It's a Pterosaurus, and it just ate a juvenile Triceratops. Got movement in the nest. What do we got here? Ankylosaurs. Awesome. I don't know if those are Blender's offspring or what. Blender and Bumpy's offspring. We gotta name one Smoothie. We'll probably name one Blender Jr. just because. Bumpy and Blender. Okay, so what do we got? Male. The one underneath you is a female, and then this one is a female. And you're another from another one. Alright. We do have to name one of them Smoothie. Let's name this one no, not Bumpy. Blender Jr., because why not? And then one of them, I know Smoothie's a female, but I mean a male. But let's name this one Smoothie, just so we have Smoothie. Alright, we got 2 dead dinosaurs. What do we got? A Triceratops that died. I'm glad the Pterosaurs are feeding off of whatever. And then we got a Ceratosaur that starved to death. Nah, that sucks. Not everyone's gonna survive. But yeah, anyway, in today's episode, I want to get the wetlands going. I want to see if we can get the wetlands area going. I'm thinking about putting some stuff here. I want to get some Dinochirus. I want to get some Spinosaurus, Baryonyx, and Suchomimus, Irritator, Austroraptor. I want to get a bunch of them. But first, before we even think about doing the wetlands, I wanted to do something else real quick. I wanted to create, like, Iguanodons and Hypsilophodon, maybe throw them over here. Just so we have new stuff. Alright, we got Velociraptors hunting down a Ceratosaurus. This Velociraptor here. Okay. They're going after this Cerato here. 4 raptors against a Ceratosaurus. This Ceratosaurus has claimed that nest, and now the raptors are trying to get it back. Hopefully. Alright, so the Cerato is on low health. With the 4 raptors... yeah, Blue is on that side, so yeah, you're screwed. This raptor's definitely... or this Cerato's definitely screwed. Yep, definitely screwed. And it's all the females. All the females work together to bring this Cerato down. Aw, that's a shame. That is a shame that Cerato died. Oh, and there's also something else I learned going into this. We can actually have pterosaurs in this biological preserve. I mean, we do need to put an aviary in here, but after we put the aviary, we can place the pterosaurs anywhere we want, supposedly. So I'm just going to build a little aviary here, and we're going to see how that goes, and maybe get our first pterosaur or something. We got Diablo and a Cerato duking it out. I would just need this aviary to be large enough where we can just have that going. Or maybe fence this off so the brackies don't wander too close to this. Alright, let's get an aviary hatchery going. We'll get a Hyperloop station. Put that over here. Alright. Let's just connect that with the path. And then let's edit the Hyperloop. Let's get a Hyperloop end. Maybe put it like over here or something. Connect these 2. There we go. So now we should be able to place pterosaurs in the exhibit. I'd like to get some pteranodons and some dimorphodons. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. So let's start off by putting some pteranodons in here. I'd rather put Jurassic Park 3 ones in here. I hope this works. I really do hope this works. And we're going to have to see if we can, like, put them in a delivery pod. If not, we'll just scatter them around the preserve. Alright, and while that's being created, let's go ahead and make some Iguanodons and some Hypsilophodons. So let's get some herbivores going. get a bunch of iguanodons. So let's modify the genome, get that to 25%. Yeah, I learned this when I was doing the JPOG intros series. I was doing the JPOG intros for the wetlands pack. But, yeah, apparently that's a thing now, where you can place pterosaurs anywhere you want. You do need an aviary to get the creation going. But once you get the aviary and once they're created, you should be able to put them anywhere. I hope that's the case. So let's see if we can get some pterosaurs in here. People saying, oh, the gaming beaver already beat you to the preserve. Well, has he put pterosaurs in the biological preserve yet? I think not. Watch him do just that in the next episode of his biological preserve before this episode comes out. Let's get an alpha iguanodon, one with max combat traits. And the same with Hypsilophodon. Yeah, I was thinking about putting the Hypsilophodons, like, over here, maybe? Alright, there's dinosaurs crowding a lot. Let's just put this here for now. And then whatever they need, we'll be able to provide that for them. Alright, let's get the alpha first. Do ankylos require large nests, or medium? Medium, alright. We could easily put the iguanodons in here, maybe. Yeah, we have an ankylosaurus that wandered all the way over there. That's nice. We got this whole wetland area, like, over... Let me release the other Hypsilophodons. I made this whole wetland area, and this is where the T-Rexes basically live. We got an Apatosaurus. We got Littlefoot here. We've got a Cryolophosaurus. We got... Madge died! Madge died! Did you at least have... No. Oh, God. Madge died to a Ceratosaurus. That sucks. We got a Parasaurolophus that died to a Velociraptor. I think we have Velociraptors wandered over here, I think. Alright, let's release the first Hypsilophodon anyway. We got our first wetland species in here. The Alpha. You know, I kind of want to name you Mango. You kind of look like a mango. Even though you're not yellow. Screw it, we'll name you Mango.
We are pleased to welcome a Hypsilophodon to the...
You can be the Alpha, and we'll favorite you. And then let's release the other 4 Hypsilophodons. They should be good. Up, we've got movement in the nest. What do we got? More parasaurs. Awesome. This is amazing. We should have plenty of parasaurs now. We've got a full herd of them. We do have Ceratos, which are terrorizing the area. Where are the T-Rexes? Alright, Diablo is hunting. What are you hunting? Oh no, you're hunting a Corythosaur baby. No. You're alive. You're still alive. Okay. We got 2 Trikes duking it out. Where are the T-Rexes? One of the T-Rexes has wandered all the way over here. I don't think they've had any, breeding yet. Let's put some water over here, just so you have water. There's the other female T-Rex, and then there's this T-Rex. Are you the alpha, or... No, I think this female's the alpha. What should we name you? Fluffy, ironically. We'll name you Fluffy, I guess. And then we've got more Velociraptors. Alright, let's move on to Iguanodon, because we need to release the Iguanodons. We should have the Hypsilophodons wandering around. That's nice and all. One of the Hypsilophodons ended up here. They can climb back out, though. That's good. Oh, yeah, we got Pteranodons. Let's get some of them going. I want to get 2 females and a male. Let's get 2 females and a male. I guess the females can be the Jurassic World ones, and the males can be the Jurassic Park ones. Hypsilophodon. Let's just put a small nest in for the Hypsilophodons. Alright, we need to place the Iguanodons now. Where do we want to place them? There's an open area. This is where the Therizinos are. Jesus, we got a bunch of Therizinos. Oh, we got Packies that wandered into the Therizino area. okay. I like when creatures wander over here. You know, let's put the iguanodons over here, maybe. Let's get a delivery zone. Got something on low health. We got a Pterosaur on low health. Ground leaf. Oh, you're in here. My bad. Trank that guy real quick. Alright, let's get the iguanodons going. Let's get the alpha out first. You know what? They're too close to the Therizinos. Maybe not. Wait a minute. I want to put them in with the Ankylos. How about we put them in with them? Screw it. Let's put them in with the Ankylos. Alright, there's already a delivery pod there for us. Let's put it there. Alright, let's get that going. Let's get you out first. Throw them over by the Ankylos. Oh, we got a nest claimed by a T-Rex. Big Edie claimed the nest. You know what? We're going to name you Big Edie. Big Edie claimed the nest. Guests are complaining about the lack of restrooms. Stop your complaining, please. I guess if it'll shut them up, I'll throw a bathroom. Or where are the bathrooms? This one right here. I'll throw one over here. There we go. Alright, now, can we release them via... We can release them via airlift. Okay. Can we put them in a delivery zone? That's the question. Let's see if we can get some pteranodons in here. We should probably get 3 more. Alright, let's get a delivery zone going. Oh, I'm excited. Alright, there is a T-Rex here. There we go. The male T-Rex has wandered all the way over here. Eggs found. That's from T-Rex. We got the 1. Big Edie has formed a bond with T-Rex 2, which is the male. Cool, cool. Alright, we got the delivery zone. Let's just get rid of that. Alright, let's release our first iguanodon. This is the alpha. There's movement in the nest. What do we got? Hypsilophodons. Awesome. They're breeding up nicely. And we got some eggs from the Psittacosaurs. Alright, we got a Velociraptor that wandered over to the Psittacosaurs. 2 of them, actually. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, releasing the Pterosaurs. Alright, we got something here on low health. It's a Herrerasaur. You're probably starving. Alright, let's get the Pteranodons out. We should be able to place them, hopefully. Alright, where's the, there it is. I can't believe we can deliver Pteranodons outside. Alright, cool, cool. I can't wait to see them. We're gonna have pterosaurs in the biological preserve. In the meantime, let's set up the wetlands. So first things first, let's get some small creatures. So I think Baryonyx and Suchomimus are on the list, as well as Spinosaurus. Yeah, Spinosaurus is on the list, so is Suchomimus, and Baryonyx are all on the list. Okay, cool. Let's start with the smaller creatures. Let's get, like... Alright, let's go with Piscivores, just so we have them. Let's start with the Ostroraptors. Something new we're adding in. There we go, that's the Ostroraptors taken care of. Let's get Irritator next. And then, let's start work on the Baryonyxes. I don't know if they'll get on with the... What's it called? The Irritators. I know the Berries and the Suchos will get on, but I don't know about the Irritators. We'll have to find out. I'm amazed no creatures have gone extinct yet. Because if this was the, if this was Evolution 2, they would have went extinct. Got a dead dinosaur. What died? Oh, an Ankylosaurus died to a Herrerasaurus. That sucks. And what do we have here? Triceratops. Cool, cool. That's awesome. This place is really filling up a bit. We should fill up this area a bit. Pteranodons. The Pteranodons have been added in. I want to see what they're like. Oh, they're being transported. That's why. Still being transported. I want to see this. I want to see this. Movement in the nest. We got a T-Rex. We do have a T-Rex. And Blue just claimed a nest. Awesome. Alright, we got a male T-Rex, which is awesome. Alright, I want to see the Pteranodon. There it is. Our first Pterosaur.
We are pleased to welcome a Tyrannosaurus Rex to the park.
Look at that. That is so awesome. Alright, we've got our first Pterosaur in the preserving, or the biological preserve. Let me know in the comments down below which pterosaurs you want to see in this sanctuary. I will probably do a list and see which pterosaurs you guys would like to see. We got Diablo and Big Edie duking it out. 100% against 100%. Oh, Big Edie actually got the first hit in. You go, girl. This is what we like to see, fighting for territory and dominance. They're calling it off. 76% against 80%. Okay. We got movement in the nest. We got more Psittacosaurs. Awesome. Alright. I think the T-Rexes. Okay, there's one of the T-Rexes. Unless we had, like, another wetland area. Yeah, we could do that. We need a space that's, like, all wetlands. We could put it here. I'd have to smoothen the terrain, but we could put it here. You know what? There's already a pre-built wetlands area. This could be the wetlands. We got the Therizinos over here. Let's get that going. Alright, that's already filled up. Alright, let's get some of these going. You know what? I like this one. Let's release them. And then we need an alpha. Ooh, this guy looks cool. Let's have him be the alpha. And then for the irritators, we'll have those two. Look, guests, I really don't know what to tell you. The overcrowding thing, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Let's get the Ostroraptors ready. Let's get a, what's it called? A delivery zone first. Let's get a delivery zone. Let's put it over here. We do have a Cerato in the area. We do have a couple of them in the area. Let's remove this nest. They've already got their Ceratos and whatever. Alright, let's get the Ostroraptors ready to go. They don't have very far to travel. Let's get Dinokairos going. Simply because they're cool looking. Let's get that. Let's get an Alpha Dinokairos. Just so we can have an alpha. Let's get Suchomimus going. For the Spinos, since they have just the one per hatch, I was thinking we could have, like, one of each. Have one be, like, normal, and then one be super strong. Yeah, we could do that. Thinking maybe the male could be super strong, and then maybe the female could be like the weaker one. Let's put the Baryonyxes in another delivery zone. Like in another part of the swamp. There we go. We can put them there. And let's put our first Ostroraptor in here. Our first wetland species. Well, technically the Hypsilophodon was our first wetland species, but whatever. One of the T-Rexes, the male T-Rex is hunting down a Corythosaurus. I think they do have a son together. I might name you Bob Sr. You can be Bob Sr. And then your son, which is next to you, can be Bob Jr. Bob Sr. and Bob Jr. There we go. And we got the other 3 Ostroraptors being released. Hopefully they'll just mind their own business and eat the fish and not get attacked by the Ceratos. Alright, let's get the Baryonyxes added in next. This is the Alpha Baryonyx? Yeah, the Alpha. Let's release them here. Alright, so Dinokairos. Let's get... Oh, I like this blue one. I like that. All right, you know what? 3 females and a male. And then for the alpha, you can be the alpha. Oh, we got an Ostroraptor that just got killed by a Ceratosaurus. Yep, they're not gonna last. They are not gonna last at all. All right, the Ostroraptors are kind of wandering over here. Do we have at least 1 male and 1 female? We have 2 females. All right, we do have a male and a female. That's good. Let's get them a nest. I believe they take medium nests. Oh, you're all the way over here. You made a run for the hills. You know what? I think we should put some here. There we go. Over by the Therizinos, but hopefully they won't be a problem. All right, let's just get a couple more Ostroraptors anyway. All right, Ostroraptors, let's get a male and 2 more females. Let's go. As for the Irritators... Oh, we got one of the Baryonyxes coming out. So that should be cool. Right by Bob Sr. as well. Looks like Big Edie and Cerato, or Cerato, are gonna be attacking each other, it looks like. We got Big Edie and one of the Ceratosaurs duking it out. Hopefully they should be busy over there. Hopefully. And then we got the other Baryonyxes incoming. There we go. Alright, let's release the Irritators next. Let's maybe deliver them, I don't know, up here maybe? This is the T-Rex's territory, though. Let's release them over here. Screw it. And maybe get a Piscivore feeder over here. And then we could start releasing the Deinonychus while we're here. Where should we release them? Maybe we'll release them with the Packies. Yeah, let's do that. Let's release them with the Packies. They're probably going to be too large for a delivery zone anyway. Unless I could put it in a delivery zone. We'll put the other one in a delivery zone. Alright, Irritator. Let's get the other Irritator going while we're here. We've got raptors hunting down a Corythosaurus. Which one's blue? Let's just find Blue. Our Blue's got a couple of daughters. We'll name one of you Beta. It only makes sense. We'll name you Beta.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a dino.
Movement and nest. We've got Iguanodons. Look at that. Awesome. How are the Pteranodons carrying along? They're doing great, actually. They're actually chilling. Maybe we could put Dimetrodon in here? I don't know. Let's release the Irritators. 2 of them anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Irritator to the park.
We've got our first 2 Irritators anyway. The Deinonychus are still being transported. And let's get a Spinosaurus going, another Spino. This one's going to be genetically modified. Alright, are you going to be too large for the crate, or can we deliver you through a crate?
Ladies and gentlemen,
you're too large. Alright.
Deinonychus to the park.
What do we got in here? Oh, the other Irritator. Let's go. I like the blue on this one. It looks nice.
Ladies
what
and
should we name
gentlemen,
it?
we are pleased to welcome an Irritator to the park.
Tater. Like Potater, but without the po. Right, we got some Piscivore feeders. Alright, so the Irritators... This Irritator's smart. Yeah, swim around so then the T-Rexes don't bother you that much. Where are the berries? There's one of them. Okay. We made this Spino, we made a female. Let's make you a male. Alright, there we go. Let's start releasing the Sukos. Let's release the Sukos over here. Over by where the berries were. It only makes sense. Alright, let's release the Suchomimuses, I guess. There's one anyway. Bob Sr. has begun to hunt down a Pterosaur. And now we need to figure out where to put the Spinos. If they fight the T-Rexes, they fight the T-Rexes. So be it. I'm guessing Spinosaurus is going to be too large for the crate as well. So let's just throw you in here. Got a dead dinosaur. What died? Pterosaurus to Bob Sr. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Now, if you don't really give me much to work with, what do we got? Oh, the other Suchomimuses. Cool. The other two. We got movement in the nest. We got some Nisudos. And some Herrerasaurs. Awesome. Got 3 dead dinosaurs. We got a Pterosaur that died to Bob Sr. We got a Packy that was hunted down by Diablo. And we've got a Trike that was hunted down by a Herrerasaurus. There's gonna be casualties. Which does suck. We got the first Spinosaurus. This one's genetically modified. It's about to challenge something to a fight. Bob Sr.'s scaring off this spider. Yeah, you're the modified one. We got our next apex predator, the Spinosaurus, living in here. You know, this gives me a great idea for a battle royale. We should have a wetland-based battle royale. And there's some empty spots over here that haven't been used. I mean, these are all mountains, but still. All the Ornithomimus have decided to wander over here for whatever reason. I think we need a predator for over here. I think I know just the thing. It is on the list, right? Let me just see if it's on the list. Yep, it is. We're going to release Giganotosaurus. I did Blue Jay and Verna last time, so let's just do some random ones. There's only going to be 2 Giganotosaurs, but I figured we would have an apex predator for over here. Something that can keep the Ornithomimus population in check. Unless they decide to wander over here. Let's have maybe this be the female. And then one of these be the male. This one here. You know what? No. Let's have some evolution gigas. Because why the hell not? I was going to have some Dominion gigas, but we're always using the Dominion variants, so why the hell not? Cerato that died to a fight with Big Edie. Alright, without affecting the pasture, let's see if we can get the wetland up. There we go. Now they're completely satisfied. Improve health. I think they need a medium nest. We have a medium nest over here, just in case. Yeah, there we go. Alright, the berries don't like the irritators that much, but they just tolerate them. Alright. Let's get the Giganotosaurs out. Will they ever meet up with the T-Rexes? Maybe, maybe not. Alright, something's on low health. What is it? A Nisudo that wandered all the way over here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's just give you some ground leaf. And some water. There we go. You wandered all the way over here for whatever reason. Oh no, we got a Herrerasaurus stalking it. That's not good. Alright, the Giganotosaurs are currently being transported to this sanctuary. We got Brachiosaurs over here. We've got Brachiosaurs over here. Apatosaurs that have wandered all the way over here. Awesome. Sauropods coexisting with one another. The sanctuary is coming along nicely. What about the Dinochirus? Where are they? Alright, the berry, you're getting pretty hungry. Why would you wander all the way over here if you're getting hungry? They're doing good. They're practically staying where they are. This guy's sound asleep. What about the other two? I don't think they'll be able to breed, though. Because I don't think we can put... What's it called? One of those nests in there unless we have an aviary. Yeah, I figured. So the pteranodons, the pterosaurs won't be able to breed, unfortunately. Which sucks. But hey. We've got pterosaurs in the sanctuary anyway. Have the giganotosaurs landed yet? They have. There we go. Welcome to your new home, buddy. Or buddies. You got plenty of food over here. Now let's get a large nest just in case. Alright, what do they need? Wetland? Okay. Apparently giganotosaurs like wetland. No, you just don't want to place it there. There we go. Oh, wait. I was gonna say... There we go. We got the 2 giganotosaurs. We'll see what they do. We've got 7 dead dinosaurs. We got a trike that died to a Herosaur. Hunted down by unknown dinosaur. We got a Dinochirus over here that's kind of just running around, looking for food. Missing ground leaf. We can give you some ground leaf. Not a problem. Oh, no, never mind. You got it. And these guys require large nests. There are large nests over here. Alright, the Dinochirus, for the most part, are kind of just minding their own business here. Which is awesome. Alright. And with that, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Also, let me know what kinds of pterosaurs you want me to add in the comments down below. But until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.